Alright, that looks good. That looks good. Just waiting on the preview here to pop up on YouTube. That looks good. And I think we're good to go. Hey there, hi there, everybody. Hope you all are having a good day and pretty decent weekend here so far. Welcome to the stream. This is the last stream before the first round cutoff for Storm X. I'm going for Milestones for the 5-star arena. And that's what we're in store for here tonight. So I'm just going to be putting up some points here. Maybe jump around, maybe do a little of this, a little of that. But overall, it's going to be really chill, laid back grind. So, welcome aboard. To those of you who are watching in the future, thanks for tuning in and hanging out here. Much appreciated. I also want to give a big shout out to the new subscribers to the channel. Thank you for finding the channel. Thank you for subscribing, and I'm very glad to have you on board. So, to keep things simple, keep things straightforward, how about we dive straight in? So, right now I'm a hair beneath 10 mil, going again for about that 15 that I usually go for. And the first thing I want to do here is put up, I'll probably just stick with that. I'm just going to want to run through the 6 stars I have active, because as of the time of this recording, there's still enough time for them to refresh one more time before the arena ends. And I have a feeling that I may want the extra points at the tail end of this thing, just for some padding. So, last night was a very fun, interesting stream. It was the first one I had done live, where it was a live testing of a rank up and gameplay of the 3-star version of Storm X. It's the first time that I had taken the 3-star out for a spin. Wound up maxing her out, putting about 60 SIGs into her SIG ability, even though really she only needs 1, and the 1 is just a nice to have. And then just pitted her against a couple interesting combos. Obviously, the bulk of the video was against everyone's favorite punching bag, Mr. Winter Soldier in Realm of Legends, but also took her into some other interesting matchups. Kind of was interested to see what she would do with her passive stun ability against Black Panther Civil War. And that was fun to see how that would react. And then just try to play around and see if we can maximize her damage output, make it a bit more utilitarian. A bunch of the other content creators who had gotten to play with the rank 5, or the 5-star rank 3, I should say, version for the content creator videos, all said about the same thing, that she can get some big glowy yellow numbers for the special 2, but in order to get that consistently, and in order for her to be run optimally, you'd have to bring a bunch of, synergy mules to the team. So then, looking back at those videos, I dived in, and I gotta say, I didn't 100% disprove them, but I think so far she's been heavily underrated. So, that having been said, I'm very interested to see what the cutoff is going to be here tomorrow, because I would be most interested in going for a 5-star version myself. So, that having been said, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. What's up, AC? How you doing, bud? Yes, we hit 256 a little bit earlier today, so I'm very, very thankful for that, and that was a cool milestone to get. Very cool. So I think I need to put in a little bit of work first. I actually want to put out some more champion-specific videos first, but that 250 is the halfway milestone for me to be able to apply for the content creator program, which I think would be really cool and I'd be quite happy to be a part of. So who knows? In a few months' time, maybe I'll be putting out some of those early first looks. That'd be pretty cool. But I'm doing real good here, bud. Real good. It was a good day. It was a good day in game. Got to play a little bit of arena. Got to have some fun. Last night was a blast. Just taking the 3-star out. You know, just seeing what she could do. So let's not get wrecked by this guy. That would be awesome. The content creator program AC is a unaffiliated partnership with Kabam. So they grant early access for certain champs to the content creators to be able to play around with, to review, and then put up YouTube videos with early impressions, gameplay, so on and so forth, before the champ is released to the wider public. That way they can build up a bit of hype for the champs and get everybody excited for people who are coming out. And that would be really cool. Because everybody winds up doing their own thing, you know. Some people focus on certain aspects of their kit. Some people are focused on just going over abilities. Some people are diving into synergies. Some people are extrapolating to see how they would do in like alliance events, even though they can't take them to alliance events. You know, that sort of thing. Yeah, the best part is that it's a pretty open application. Everyone just needs to meet a few entry-level requirements. So just do a quick Google search for the Kabam Content Creator Program, just to see, you know, exactly what they're looking for. And then once you meet their criteria, then you can apply. Maybe. But I know there have been a couple players in the past who haven't been, you know, max level that have gotten into the program. So, yeah, sky's the limit. And then AC, I am definitely willing and able to take you up on that newest challenge of yours, but just let me run through my 6 stars here first, just because I need to make sure that they are refreshed in time before arena ends tomorrow. I don't think it'll be too terribly long because I know it's early. Unless you have to bounce here within the next hour, then we can dive right in. Well, actually, I've only got one more team left, so that should be pretty quick. Just go ahead on your end and get it set up and send me the invite. Okay, fair enough. We'll try again for another time. Or perhaps Monday, earlier in the day. I'm hoping to do a live stream when the new arena goes up. Hey Nathan, how are you? I'm Turkey, how you doing too? Hope you guys are well here tonight, or this morning, or afternoon, wherever it is you're at. I hope you guys are doing well. We'll leave it at that. Nathan, are you talking about in-game? I think I have a couple spots left, so sure. But outside of that, then just going forward as a general rule of thumb, just because the friends list is already pretty booked up, I'm not gonna go through and like boot people to add people, so I will not be able to do that much longer. Just because it isn't fair to, you know, the people that are there already. I don't want to pick favorites. Well, AC, I'm feeling awfully optimistic, so I'm hoping so. I'm hoping for the best. Got my fingers crossed. Cool deal. So I don't know if that's picking up on your guys' end, but someone is showing off their new sound system. So if you guys are picking up any bass on your end, that's coming from my end. Sorry about that. You can all play the game of trying to figure out what song it is that they're playing. Yep. That's right. But I will add the caveat to that, if I wind up failing out on my end, then you get the mod anyway. That way it's fair, because I don't want to inadvertently sabotage you, just in case I mess up. Okay, cool. I'm always interested in exactly what the mic winds up picking up and what it doesn't. Sometimes it picks up the mower from the yard crew down the way. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it picks up dogs barking or kids laughing or crying. Sometimes it doesn't. It's a fickle beast. Okay, so that does me on my 6 stars for right now. The next batch come due in about 10 minutes. Perfect. So they will be coming up as I'm running through the 5 stars. I can't play those guys just yet. I mean, I could. I'm just not interested. I'd get a death squad. Cheers, Nathan. I'll check that out later. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. It'll be up on the YouTubes to check out later if you want. That way we make it YouTube official. So again, hope you guys are having an excellent weekend yourselves. Have you guys gotten the chance to play around with any of the new champs? Whether it's Storm X or Supreme, Mole Man or Terrax? And if so, what'd you think? In this arena, I'm going for the 1 to 10% bracket. So it used to be anywhere between 15 and 16 million was safe. But the last 6-8 weeks with everyone being forced indoors a bit more, that's driven the scores up a bit. So I'm going to be going for a hair over 16 myself. That should be good. If you've got the time, if you're close to that cutoff yourself, I recommend pushing further. Because my general rule of thumb for arenas is that it's better to be 3 million points over than 3,000 points under, you know? And that goes for anything, whether you're champ grinding, whether you're just going for milestones, whatever it is. Because sometimes you'll wind up surprising yourself and the scores will be higher than anticipated, and you'll be glad that you got the extra padding. Oh, you lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I'm so jealous of that. I'm really excited to try and get her in arena next round. Because she's a lot of fun to play. It takes a minute to figure out her rotation to maximize her damage and just to make her a more reliable champ. But yeah, the rank 4 is a good call. Okay, so we are going to take a slight tangent. And AC's up for an adventure. So, let's see. What's the 4,000 to 5,000? Okay. Might wind up working out okay. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be perfect. So I want that. I'm going to want. Oh, who else am I gonna want? Does that really do anything? I don't think so, right? Not really. Not once he's ramped up. I know who I'm gonna bring. Heimdall with Fraggle Rock probably. Where he's at. Do I not have a I do. There he is. Let's do that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so that should be pretty good. So we'll go with that. And then AC, it's up to you on your end to get us going. So the goal here for this incursion is that we are trying to make it up to room 10. That's the challenge. So it's a so for those of you tuning in, it's a slight segue from milestone points for a 10-room incursion jaunt. So let's see. I will start off with, I'll take the left side, if that's alright with you. Perfect. So if you would start us off with node 3, I will take node 2. That's going to be a fun start. Just slowly start to build up Aegon. Now this guy's duped, so hopefully the regen doesn't get too crazy. Guess I did not bring a Proximo. Didn't think I'd need her. So if I'm not gabbing too terribly much, everybody, I'm sorry about that. But the first couple fights with Aegon are the most critical. Just building up some of the stored hits, just to make things easier down the road. Cheers. Alright, so fight number 1 in the bag. Moving right along. Let's see. Probably gonna go with that. I'm running Despair. Or, not Despair. The one where I proc Willpower. So between that and stuns and whatever else, should be fun. But Gilly is by far can be such a pain in the butt to fight against. She's one of those annoying champs where it says she's got a small chance to proc the invisible Digistruct, whatever. But that small chance is by Kabam logic, which means that the small chance is a huge chance. Okay, don't care about the power, about that, just you, hit you once, so, there we go, because I don't want that stupid thing to trigger and ruin my combo, my wombo combo. Okay, bait out the special. Parry, that should do it. Awesome. Okay, so there we go. First mini boss is down. I should have a nice decent little number of hits. That's an invisible woman. I will take her. Yeah, let's just do that. Give me a little bit more oomph right from the get-go. And what do you do, Sue? Okay, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Should be manageable. But I'm not ramped up enough, I don't think, where I can easily shrug off that debuff that she puts on me. It's rather annoying. Oh, I do have tenacity. I'm here to tell you guys an interesting story about shrugging off debuffs as soon as this fight's over. It's interesting what some champs can do and what some champs can't shrug off. There we go. Cool. No way! Nathan, congrats! That guy is such a beast. He's such a workhorse. That's awesome. Good work. Oh man, that is a solid rank 5 option right there. Okay, so the Fury boost would be really nice later on. I think the second one might be a bit more beneficial, but I'm still wanting to play it safe. Cool. So, room 2, Special 2 bias, that's annoying, but not as annoying as unblockable special 1. Oh, right. So what I was going to say about shrugging off debuffs. So, you know, some champs can shrug off debuffs, and specifically Elsa can shrug off debuffs. And then just depending on nodes and quests, you can shrug off the quest node debuff, provided it's non-damaging. So I thought it would be interesting to take it in against some of the Power Lock 1 nodes, right? Since the Power Lock is a non-damaging debuff. It's not passive, it's active. Just to see if I could build up... I could still build up power even though I'm technically power locked, right? So you would think that would work, but what I had found was that you do shrug off debuffs and you have like the tiniest window to gain power between when you shrug it off and then the node reapplies itself, which is really annoying. So you can shrug it off, it's just that it keeps reapplying itself, which it isn't really explicitly stated anywhere that that happens, but apparently that happens. So, the more you know. I'm gonna go with armor, actually. Just because I'm not feeling entirely confident with Supreme here, Simbi here. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Just being able to name all these different Mystic champs accurately. But for now, it's still a bit of a tongue twister between Simbi and Strange and Supreme. Now, for those of you who are a bit more familiar with the comics, Voodoo is Sorcerer Supreme, right? But has Mordo ever been Sorcerer Supreme as well? Lovely. So... do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Do that. And do that. Yeah, man. Oh, cool. That's fun. Bye. Let's do that. And cool. Okay, anyway. So what do I want? I will I'll just troll in the chat. So, anyway, sorry. Let's keep armoring up a bit. Anyway, moving right along. So it's just a fairly vanilla vision fight here. Just need to make sure that pay attention. Actually, it's the movie version of Vision, so I don't need to worry about the crazy power gain. There's that. Awesome. Okay. And room 2 is in the books. Excellent. Pick up a couple extra nodes. Oh, that's tempting. But I think that would be most immediately beneficial. Alright, so cool. There we go. Moving right along. So got a special 2 bias and we got chaos. Let's just do that, just to keep it simple. I want to say a big hey there, hi there to those of you who are joining in. I am taking a quick detour from putting up points in the Storm X arena to do a quick incursion round with one of my subs. Awesome fellow by the name of AC here. And AC has challenged me to get to room 10 here. So we are just moving right along. Just starting in on... Oh, ouch. Gonna ruin this ghost right there. Ah, died before I could heal. So let's see what they give me. Sure. No, let's go with the medium attack still. Just keep building up the Aegon a little bit more. And it's special 2 bias, awesome. So by this point, Aegon's already starting to ramp up pretty nicely. Plus with the added boost that we get, just for doing incursions, he's doing a whole lot more damage. Do once. Oh, yes. I will take that. Just because I selected added shock damage on light attacks. So what do you do, Black Widow? Okay, so I just want to hit her with heavies periodically, and she's unblockable special 2. Good to know. Need to be aware of her nonsense evade. Hopefully she can throw a, there we go. Just that. Throw the heavy, shrug all that off. Well, that's an extremely nominal bit of heal. But there we go. OG Widow down. On to Zone 4. So what do we got? Never get a buff, I have a chance to gain another buff. Or during basic attacks, I have increased attack and power rate. Or the incinerate. Those are all good options. We can go with the martial artist, just keep laying on the hurt. And we'll go from there. Cheers, everyone. So Nathan, if you're still here, do you have a skill stone for stealthy, or is it too soon to say what your plans are for him now that you got him as a 5-star? Still hoping to pull a 5-star out of one of those someday here myself. I pulled a 4-star out of the old version before they all got upgraded, but I only ever pulled one 4-star, so the odds of pulling that out of those crystals is ridiculous. So, congrats. Oh, that's what it is. It's 15% of the difference. That's what it is. That's why it isn't getting a whole lot of heals. So I'd have to be almost dead before it does anything for me. Let's just do that. Fury buffs. I'll go Nick. Ah, that's tough though. What's your next big milestone in the game? Like, are you starting to plan on Abyss or future Abyss runs? Do you want to finish up with Act 6? I think at the end of the day, if you have any of those still coming up, that Aegon would probably be the best option. Nick would be a close second. Stealthy is great, but he doesn't take priority over the other two in terms of usefulness of a SIG ability. That having been said, Stealthy, when awakened, really hits like a truck. Yeah, no, you're gonna want a 5-star Aegon. 4-star is great for Act 5, but as soon as you get to Act 6, that's when you've got that that 5-star cap. See, AC, I think you're up on this one. I crit too much with Aegon to have a good shot at Maw. So then let's put that there in the chat so it's there twice over. And then we'll go from there. But Nathan, that's a really, really solid position to find yourself in. You know, I think for the most... Now, I'm not going to presume that you're a spender or want to put money into the game, but because it can be done free to play. But I think the best bang for your buck, best use of your resources is probably doing the easy path of Abyss. So because once you get through that, then you've got the tier 5 class. So you can rank 3 somebody. You've got the 6-star awakening. You got a bunch of shards, bunch of T2A, bunch of stuff to play with. Whereas 6.2, I think, gives you like, what, 6,000 6-star shards, and maybe what is it, 1 tier 5 basic, or just half or 3/4 of a tier 5 basic? That having been said, you definitely need a couple of the horsemen for easy path of Abyss, just to you know, keep things simple. You don't need them, it just makes life a lot easier. AC, well, that's unfortunate. Doom might not be a bad option for Maw, because as soon as you get the stun up, then it's a, or the shock up, then it's a passive stun when you heavy. You would have to take the easy path, Nathan. You'd have to take the easy path. Path 1, usually in some of the maps. So you still have a couple annoying fights, super annoying fights, and you got to fight that invisible woman at the end who's really annoying. But it's the shortest, you have the most champs at low level, and you fight the least amount of annoying Abyss nodes too. Definitely recommend you save up as many 4-hour crystals as you can too. Those come in huge amount of handy. Awesome. So let's get another node, or get another buff. Let's do that. And then I need to start paying attention when Aegon starts getting Furies. I don't think that's for another huge bunch of hits, but a cool deal. So this is going to be starting up room zone 5. Yeah. So I don't want to pin him against the wall, or I'll go with that one. I don't need to worry much about tenacity. Take down the links. Now I think one of the improvements they could make on all of this is to minimize the amount of menuing that you have to do. Like make that first node standard, and if you want to swap out your champs, then that would be like a separate prompt. Hey K49, I'm doing pretty well. It's been a good day IRL. I've had a bunch of fun in game up until this point, and right now just hanging out playing some incursions with one of my friends, and it's all going pretty well. Hope you're doing well yourself. so that's node 2 down in the books. I will take the energy resistance, because that should help just in case I get what, Quack Fu, or I'm calling it Quack Fu, inflicted on me. Because that's no fun. And I don't need to worry about the armor breaks, so that's all good. Awesome. Could not have asked for stupid nasty. Oh, that's okay. You pay a little bit more attention then. There you go. Thunderquack is what I was thinking. Alright, bud. Need you to launch your special one. Make my life a little bit easier. If you would, kindly. Thank you. Grave is done. Stays up. Try a special 2 just for kicks. Got that, and there we go. Game over. Bit of sloppy gameplay on my part, but it wound up coming together there at the end. So let's see. I want increased attack, special attack increase. Nope, I'm going for increased basic attack damage. I think that would do me the most good overall. And what do you do, Red Hulk? Kind of hoping they wind up doing Red Hulk in the MCU, and then they just keep the mustache on him. So just interesting. Double aggression armor. That's interesting. Because that'd be fun to see Hulk with a mustache. Bit of a spaz there at the start. That's not fun. Get you to throw here. Thank you. Do a special 2. There we go. Easy peasy. Hey man, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I will do that. Sure, we'll go with that one. Tie to combat, because that'll benefit me anytime I parry somebody. Get a fury on every parry, basically. There we go. That was probably the that clown earlier who was trolling. Alright, so I got Doctor Strange coming up. He might be annoying, nullifying my any buffs I get. So let's see, he's got aggression armor. That's not that bad. Yep, let us do that. Don't really want to play with that one here tonight. Like this can be automated. Just save a couple extra button presses right there. Or switch that out and combine that with the buff gain that you get after beating the first node here. Just to keep things a little bit cleaner and less menuing. Awesome. So there's that. What do you think? A basic attack rate boost, fury gain or fury buff boost. Let's do the all-around attack boost, because that touches on everything. Cool. So we're doing pretty good here. We're in zone 6 of 10. Got some good things going here so far. And here we go, moving right along. Have you guys seen the leaked abilities for Platinum Pool? Those came out a few hours ago. And of course it doesn't have any exact numbers yet, just because it's the base data leak. So it's just armor up basically. But it'll be interesting to see if he's part of a crystal that you have to pull him, or if he's like a add-on bonus for whatever those doubloons were that that in-game mail was talking about. I gotta say, Doctor Strange has an extremely annoying special one to try and evade. Not because it's overly difficult in evading it, it's just really annoying how they take the camera away from you. So then it really just depends on where you are when he throws his special. Because sometimes the camera is moved, sometimes it isn't. Okay, so I gotta be careful about that. About both aggression and fury, and then whenever the damage over time. Let me see, do I still have the shock and incinerate active? I don't. Okay, cool. And since he's a robot, I don't need to worry about bleed, so it's just aggression fury I need to look out for. So, thank you for throwing that. I appreciate it. And there we go. Easy up, easy down. Zone 6 in the books, moving on to 7. Get a couple extra buffs. That could be fun. Get the prowess on special launch for even bigger hits. I'll take that any day. Cheers. Let's try that again. Cheers. Alright, so I got Reed. So I want to make sure that oh, that might be annoying. Okay, well, let's keep things simple. Let's not deal with unblockable anythings. And gets to go fight another ghillie. Always so much fun to fight ghillie. Not because she's hard, she just has a lot of annoying mechanics to keep in mind. I was lucky. It's kind of just like... Come on. Kind of like the Spider-Man and their evades. You just always have to be aware that if he hasn't thrown one for a while, you're probably due to get one. Come on. Thank you. But it helps that I can parry her. That just makes dealing with that so much easier. On an unblockable node, or a unstunnable node, that's a bit more annoying. Feel the physical resistance. Go say hi to the smartest man in the MCU, or the MU, Marvel Universe. With a oh, why did I pick? Oh no! Oh no! I'm gonna get destroyed right here. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Throw the special one. You. So I've got one debuff on me. 2 debuffs on me, so he's already starting to evade a whole lot more. That's annoying. Come on, dude. More. That's close enough. That's close enough. Come on. See if this is enough to stun lock him. It's gonna be close. Perfect. So, guys, Fraggle Rock isn't as bad as he's been made out to be. Granted, he's got a whole heap ton of beneficial nodes helping amp up his damage a little bit, but once you get that cycle of special 3s going, you can have a bit of fun. Boost up the light attacks again. See what X-Pool here can do. Okay. So I just need to be aware of 2 things. I need to be aware that his special attacks take less power, and that he's going to get that huge power gain, which is going to be annoying. Okay, if I can get you to throw a special. Special, thank you. Get you to throw another special. Thank you. 20% that he starts the huge power gain. Come on. Come on. Thank you. One more. Come on. Thank you. Oh, that's bad. That's so bad. Oh, that's such a miracle. Oh boy. That could have been so bad. But that worked out pretty good. So far, I am doing pretty good. Let's see what we got. Compounding harm. I haven't seen that one before. So I get a damage over time. It also gets an armor break. Let's just keep going with just base attack boosts. That worked out pretty good when I fought that vision. That would have had the increased power gain. So let's see what we got. We got a quake. Cool, not worried about that. Power gain, that's annoying. Physical resistance, don't care. Power gain by 50% or power gain, the power gain in both cases. Do I want the added physical resistance or do I want... I'll take the physical resistance, which is that one. So if you would kindly take node 4, please. That would be much appreciated. I'm gonna go punch Gwen in the face a little bit here. Poor Gwen. Remember back in the day when Gwenpool used to be the best skill champ? Arguably. I mean, still, she isn't even bad by modern... She isn't bad by modern standards. She's just overclassed by so many people now. It's quite unfortunate. She's so fun for such a silly character. I gotta be careful about punching into her block. Just because of nonsense. So I just gotta be aware that special attacks don't take as much power. Yeah, may as well. Get a little bit extra oomph on specials. Cheers. So Aegon is an absolute MVP when it comes to incursions. First room or two really are just to build up his combo a little bit, but then after that, for the most part, until he gets to some of the really stupid annoying nodes, he's such a good like jack of all trades, just being able to handle everything. But moving right along. So we're halfway through zone 8 of 10. Still doing pretty well so far. Just took a temporary break from grinding out the stretch goal for the 5-star Storm X arena. Gonna be getting back to that once we're done here. Awesome. And we're moving right along. So, back with Aegon, got the increased power gain, which is annoying, but not untenable. The physical resistance, I'm not worried about at all. Nominal amount of power gain too, really, in the grand scheme of as far as like power gain champs go. So that's cool. Do I want... I'll just take the crit damage. Go see what Nebula is up to. So, Nebula. Special attacks cost less. Don't heavy. 20-second arc reload. Awesome. And then just degen from that incoming node. Which could be a lot of fun if you bring a Namor with, because then you can just pass that degen right back to her, or him, or whomever it is. And just keep that simple. So, ballpark. Do you guys think that Storm X is going to go high? Kind of like Terrax? You think she's going to go medium, somewhere like Supreme did in the last arena? Or do you think she's going to wind up going low? That enough people got scared off by the content creator and first impression videos that everyone's just going to pass. Hope for Red Guardian first thing next month. Awesome. And that's my hope, is that I hope that Red Guardian is the first champ up, because I would love a Red Guardian Storm X crystal. Okay, so I just need to be aware of the arc overload. And reduced power for specials. Just in addition to all the usual Nebula kit nonsense. Okay, so if you would kindly throw me a special, that'd be awesome. Please. Please, thank you. You kindly throw me another special, please. Thank you. I'm probably gonna need to wind up pushing her to a special 2. I'll just dex that just to keep it simple. Thank you. Come on, hit me. Thank you. Cool, there we go. Nebula's in the bag. Room 8, or Zone 8 is in the bag. Very nice. Let's see what else I can get for the toolkit here. So medium attacks can get Incinerate, light attacks can get Shock. Let's just do the light attacks. And then Gamble. Gamble that I don't get another annoying power gain on debuff boss. Oh, brilliant. Taskmaster. Well, I probably would have reached his max out anyway, so. Yeah, actually, I would be okay with that. The special 2 is easier to dex. So if you would kindly take path 4, please, that would be much appreciated. And let me know which path I can take. Decisions, decisions. Hope you guys at home there are all doing good. Thanks for hanging out. Just grinding out the last little bit of Incursion here with one of my buddies, one of my subs. Awesome. Node 1 it is. Excellent. Most excellent. Go fight a Gilly. Gilly isn't that bad. Provided you don't get hit with a bleed. Because your bleeds will tear you apart. Lickety split. And that's no fun. Who'd have thought when they introduced Gilly as the first original character in the game that he would branch out and do so many other champs too. New champs, I mean. Between Morningstar and Aegon, and I think this version of Venom the Duck and Venom Pool are unique to this game, right? A couple others. So I'm fighting Taskmaster, so I would appreciate a little bit extra energy resistance isn't going to do anything immediately, but it'd be nice that if I go up against like a Magic or any one of those other annoying clowns. So the thing with a Taskmaster fight is that I'm going to wind up blowing through all of my allotted debuffs lickety split, just because I proc weakness all the time, light attacks, proc shock, but hoping to offset that by having that increased power gain under 2 bars, and then just dex the special too. Which is good. I don't need the special attacks for this. Surprised that worked. Awesome. There we go. So we'll just see how AC winds up doing on the Rhino there. What's that guy even got coming in? I'll just unblockable for the first 6 seconds. Okay. Totally doable, bud. You got this. Cheers. Just gotta dance around Rhino. Play chicken. Then the other good strategy too is just to do the old Nightcrawler trick. Get him to a dex back and block, and then just throw a couple of hits into his block just to waste some time. And that cable's gonna be magical. do that just to a little bit added protection. So, got our fingers crossed there, but otherwise then we just jump into cable and deal with the degen. Heal up afterwards if we survive. Oh, awesome. Good job, man. So, what do you do, buddy? Only had a nullified champ. So basically just don't back this guy up against the wall. And then hope that the Fury procs don't proc. There you clown. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Back off a little bit. Try and bait out that special. They would potentially try and push him over the special too, just to get rid of all the energy at once, but the odds of proccing yet another power gain at 2 bars of power is not worth the risk. So I'm gonna do this. Then I'm gonna do this, and that should give me a nice little stun. Oop. That should do it. Provided he stays stunned. Excellent. Beautiful. Cool, there we go. Zone 9 in the bag. I'm gonna heal up because I could use some heals. And then put this thing to bed. Cool. But then in addition to Aegon being like a MVP for this, I've seen a lot of people clearing content with Corvus and Proxima. Because Corvus, you can always just time out, save yourself some items that way. That's interesting. That's an Act 6 node right there. That could be fun. Yeah, let's do that. Toxicant. For this one, for a Moon Knight, let's see what you got. Oh, not soft guard. Yeah, probably me taking path 2 because, well, actually no, never mind. It's a Moon Knight. I don't know why I thought it was a Punisher. I would probably say stick with. I'd still probably take path 2, so that leaves you path 1. Special 2 is really easy to dex. You just got to keep baiting out specials, and then not get hit by the specials, so you can still use your power. And then just be aware that you can't parry for the first 20 seconds. That's my strategy, my 2 cents. Cool. So get rid of that. Come up here. Nail this down. 3 fights to go. That's just a warlock. Just a warlock. So I can't crit off the specials, but I can crit regularly. We get you to kindly throw your special 2, that would be most excellent. Please. Pretty please. Don't make me beg. Thank you. Cool. There we go. Warlock in the bag. Just do that just in case I get hit. And you can rain down Unholy Fury. Excellent. So basically I just need to play smart with my dexes for dodging special attacks. And then not get hit, because then I get poisoned. I don't remember if that counts for all contact or just being hit. But either way, I can shrug it off pretty easily. So if you would kindly throw a special, please. I'd prefer not to dex the special 2. Man, that's gonna hurt. There we go. Cool. Hella in the bag, let the damage over time do the work for me. I'm going to step out for just a sec, but I'll be back. Get some more drink. Alright. What's up, Lucas? How you doing, bud? So neither duped. We prefer a Cull Obsidian or an Emma Frost to rank 4. I would say Emma Frost, easily. It depends. Do you have a ghost? There you go. Killed it, AC. Doesn't really matter. So Lucas, that's really the one caveat. If you've got a ghost as a 5-star or 6-star, preferably if she's duped, but even if she isn't duped, then I still would probably go Emma. Just personal preference. Just because she's the most utilitarian. Cull hits like a bus, but he's got to get 3 or 4 fights deep before he can really maximize it, unless you want some, you know, just not super great synergy mules on your team. Emma Frost is amazing by herself. You can take her by herself and she does great, and she only gets better with the added synergies you add to the team, so yeah, then definitely Emma. Definitely Emma. She doesn't need to be awakened either. You get a bit of tankiness, you get to eat big hits with her awakened ability, but otherwise, yeah, she's like 90% of her kit is good to go out of the box. So and yeah, there you go, AC. Congrats. That's a big win. Cheers for getting the last boss, getting through it. And yes, I am most happy to officially welcome you as the inaugural RobVonShoe Shoeshine moderator. I gotta come up with a catchier name. That was a bit of a mouthful, but cheers, bud. Alright, so K49 for Incursion Sector 7 using a rank 2 Sunspot. Who would the other 2 champs to bring? Well, you got a bit of leeway there. Sunspot's really great because he synergizes with a lot of people, so you can bring Sunspot and then one of his synergy mules to give a benefit to the whole team, right? And then we'll just do that. Especially if Sunspot has a bunch of SIGs on him, then he gets huge armor boost to his the rest of the team, and then big attack boost as well. So really, you could run like Sunspot, Synergy, and then like an ace in the whole champ. But you got a lot of good stuff. You got a lot of good options. Krollo, how much Gilly 99 will go for in the next basic arena? I think if you can put up, let's see, as a 4-star, probably. Actually, you know what? I'd say a good mill. If you can do like 1.3, 1.4. But as the caveat, let me just do a little bit of homework here real quick. I'd say, because off the top of my head, that's what I think the featured 4-star is going for. But I'm not gonna lie, it has been a minute since. Oh yeah, I wasn't even close. Forget that. That's for basic. If you can put up 2.5, 2.5 mil, you should be good. If you can go higher than 2.5 mil, I would definitely recommend that. But 2.5 mil should be fair. Warlock went higher, Clairvoyant went a little bit higher. Everybody else is lower, so. Yeah, so just shoot for that and you should be pretty okay. Alright, AC, much appreciated. Cheers on the real solid incursion run. That was a lot of fun. She might. She might. She's useful, but she's not nearly as useful as people were hoping that she would be when she first came out. I think Clairvoyant is more useful. I think Warlock is more useful, but I think 2.5 is a solid base to be fairly safe. And then the closer to 3 you can get, then you're pretty much guaranteed. Good luck. Good luck. Hope you get her. So with the incursions in the book now, that means we can dive back in and put up some points here in Arena. I should have some 6 stars refreshed now, which means I need to dive back into those immediately after this, so they have enough time to cool down before Arena ends tomorrow in about 12 and a half hours. Me personally, I'm hoping that Storm goes for about what Supreme went for, because they're pretty on par. They do different things and they're useful for different areas, but because neither one of them are game-breaking, but neither one of them are at all useless, I'm gonna guess probably it's more in the mid 50 mil for 5-star. Hoping she goes lower though. Really hoping. Okay, so don't really need to punch these guys. Actually, no, I do need to punch those guys. These are the guys that I ran at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, Doom's gonna be nuts. Whoever is like your go-to for, or has been your go-to in the past for arena scores, just take their highest one and just add like another 5-10% to that. Doom's gonna be disgusting. Because his hype has only grown since he's come out. So I think the highest 4-star basic score was, in recent memory at least, Warlock at 2.5. So if you're able to hit low 3s, probably do that. But yeah, I'm fairly certain that he's going to wind up breaking all records again. So if you've got arena boost crystals in your inventory, definitely save those for that. If you got a couple of rank ups you've been looking to do that. Every little bit of point helps, and it all adds up. But yeah, definitely. If you wind up going for him too, then I wish you the best of luck. I really hope you get him, because it's most likely going to be a slog of an arena. It'll be interesting who they pair him up with, because that's going to be an off week for a new featured. Should be, at least. And I know it hasn't happened in a long time, but it used to be. Way back in my day. Where, like when Doctor Strange came back as the basic. This is still when like the basic was the 1 to 10% goal, and then the featured was still the featured. But even in some subsequent arenas too, like the sub-featured went higher for the featured. Oh yeah, then there you go. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Then yeah, you're probably set. Would you want to go for him twice in arenas to get him awakened, or do you have an awakening stone ready for him too? Because he does benefit a lot from being awakened. It's not imperative. You can still run an unduped Doom with much success. He's just a lot more fun to play awakened. But my guess, though, for next month, I wouldn't be surprised to see Ronin back as a off-week featured champ, or perhaps a Hawkeye. Or Taskmaster, really. That's probably what's going to be, a Taskmaster and Ronin. Or one of the three. Taskmaster, Ronin, Hawkeye. Because if they throw somebody random in there like King Groot, that would just be dumb. Not unprecedented, but dumb. Which will be fun. I'll have to see what, if they do Taskmaster, I'll have to see what he goes for first time, because mine's unawakened. And it's always a lot better of a safe play to go for champs in arena than try and wake them up or get them naturally out of a crystal after the fact. Especially if you're looking for one specific person. If you've got the time. It's such a huge time suck. Maybe that should be a video I make sometime. It's like what to do to prep for a big arena grind. Just like things to keep in mind. Nose is all itchy. Because you definitely have to have a very specific mentality going into it. Because it's an exercise. That having been said, it can be a real fun exercise though too, so. Okay, so I am moving down my 6-star roster here. Should have probably just a few fights left here before diving back into the top of the 5s. It's actually really nice. This is probably going to wind up being my longest live stream yet. Just because I got a little bit extra time to play with since it's the weekend. But I'm all for it, and I'm glad that you guys are here hanging out too. Yeah, after the Doom arena, I suspect you're going to start seeing a lot more Dooms in Wars, especially since he's a control champ. And he's just still, his specials are so annoying. Well, are specific to Dex. Cheers. It's pretty straightforward. Special 1 is just the single dex backwards. Special 2 is 3 dexes backwards. But your timing's got to be down. Because there's a big penalty for not getting it. But he's such a fun champ. $55 might wind up being adequate. Because that's right about what Supreme went for. And it's a fair estimate. I think round 1 Supreme went for, what, 54? I think round 2 she went for 52, 53, something like that. So it's probably gonna be right around the cutoff. But me personally, I'm really hoping to get her as a 5-star. And just play around with her damage output. She's a very... I think she's gonna... Her use is gonna be in questing, I think. Especially if you've got a Heimdall on the team, and if you're running somebody else like Nick Fury or... Thing. You know, champs that really benefit from the bottom 10-15% of their health pool. Ouch. Because if she's awakened at the 10 to 30% health range, so she has both of her Tempests up full time automatically, she can put up some pretty dirty numbers. I've got a unawakened 5-star Warlock at rank 4. And shame on me, I should know how to play him a lot better than I do. But I don't. I know he's reliable for power control, his damage over time is fun. Especially with the infections, just being as like a much more difficult damage over time effect to deal with energy damage, really. And I really should get good with him because I need more options for Alliance War. But then that would also mean that I need to rank 5 him, which I'm not opposed to. I just don't have the cats. So he's on the wish list. Nah. Let's not be overly bold with Void. Although I could. Just throw 2 5-hit combos, switch over to the Incinerate immune, and then go to town on him. Excuse me. It's kind of one of the things that I like about what Kabam's done the last year and change. Just in coming up with a whole new plethora of champs to use as counters towards some of the top meta champs. Because that's one thing that I've learned from AQ, is that sometimes the best option is the champ with the biggest disadvantage, you know? Like you go into the class disadvantage, so you're already taking extra damage and dealing less than you would otherwise, but because of that character specific kit, it just makes your life so much easier. being able to play around specific nodes or abilities. So, you know, throwing Claire out of Void really isn't the smartest thing to do. But she definitely isn't the worst option either. Who's my favorite champ? Elsa Bloodstone. 100%. She's not the strongest champ, not the fastest, not the tankiest, but for me, she's just the most fun. Like, anytime I'm playing Elsa, I'm just having fun, you know? She's got a super smooth playstyle, which I really appreciate. It's fun getting a bunch of the multipliers up and then throwing some of the damage over a time effects and just watching opponents melt. It's fun throwing a double edge on her, taking her into some of the earlier quests just to burn some energy and just watching your opponents melt without even touching them. She's great out of the box, and her awakened ability just adds to her usability. Makes her a real tank against science champs, against XL champs, against final nodes. I think one of the best parts about it too is that before she came out in game, I didn't even know she existed. So they just gave a really fun, unique, interesting kit to a complete rando, and she wound up being the my favorite character in game. Personally. She's not the best champ in game, like I said. I'd still probably give that to Ghost. In terms of all-around utility. But it's been interesting, because I've been playing the game for about 4.5 years, and it's always interesting watching my preferences shift, like who my favorite champs in the game are. Because I was a big fan of Void when Void first came out, and people hadn't really, like, people were still sitting on him without realizing what he could do. And then, you know, people started discovering what he could do, and he got to be a lot more popular, and he's super useful. Super useful. But then that was about the time that Darkhawk came out, and I loved me some Darkhawk. Darkhawk. I always have to watch my enunciation with that one. But Darkhawk is really fun too, for the same reason, because he's just such an all-around good utility character. And he's only gotten better. Like, I don't know why they keep singling out Darkhawk just for synergy buffs, but you have so many champs that have come out since then that have Darkhawk as a synergy mate, just to keep adding extra toys to his toy box. He's great. He can mitigate regen and power gain, he can heal, he can do huge damage. He's annoying because he gets auto block. He's a robot, so you don't need to worry about bleeding poison somehow. I never quite understood how that all works, why Darkhawk is a robot. And because he's just a dude in a suit, right? But absolutely, I will be taking her to rank 3. That is all but guaranteed. The only thing I'm missing are the skill tier 4 basic. That is the only thing holding me back right now. Because I'm not willing to sacrifice dozens of other class tier 4 basic just to get enough skill tier 4 to rank her up. Still want to have a little bit of balance. But yeah, as soon as I do, I'm taking her up, and I absolutely will. I'm looking to, yeah, pretty much, right? I am looking to upload a video here at some point, because I did I actually wound up taking her up to rank 3 on the Hulkbuster beta, and then took her in against Realm of Legends Red Hulk. And I had a bit of fun. I gave him the old Winter Soldier treatment. I just embarrassed him. So I gotta dig through the footage and find where that's at. Slap that together to a quick video, just for kicks. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm probably gonna throw the skill awakening gem at her as well. So I'm on the fence, like, about saving it for whenever, if I ever pull a 6-star Nick Fury, then it can just awaken him, and that's all I ever have to do. But I don't know, the likelihood of that happening are just so slim to nil that I don't think it's really worth just sitting on it for that long, you know? Oh, cheers. Thanks for watching. Appreciate that. Yeah, that one's kind of taken off. It's fun to see. It's fun to see the reach that one video is getting. But not to wet your whistle too much, but I am looking to do a second follow-up to that here in the next 2 weeks. Like a part 2. The Act 6 rank up video part 2. Because I have a whole heap ton of tier 2 alpha that's going to be expiring by then. So one downside of just like getting it all done in one sitting, basically, is that you get more rank up materials than you could ever possibly use. Because you wind up getting stuck. I mean, you've got a bunch of amazing stuff that just one is hard to come by, you know. And you've got a whole bunch of them, and then you come up against a wall where it's like, okay, well, I don't have tier 4 basic. I don't have tier 1 alpha. So everybody handles that a little bit differently, and I am looking to utilize as much of that as I can. I'm hoping to utilize all of it, and it's looking like it's going to be extremely close. But we'll see. I've got 2 more weeks to try and save up some basic and put together as many tier 5 basic as possible, and then take up some 6 stars, or rank 5 some 5 stars. Yeah, and I'm really looking at introducing more of those onto the channel here too. Because just based off of the live stream I did last night, where it's just taking up, even though it was just a 3-star, taking up the 3-star Storm X all the way, putting some sig levels on her, and then just testing her out. That was a lot of fun. That's just like raw gameplay. I probably would take that, edit it down, and then clean it up for like a, you know, let's figure out how she plays sort of video, but you can definitely get some good mileage out of it. It's fun too once you start taking up some not some of the B tier champs, but like everybody expects you, like, oh, if you get a Doom, yep, you're gonna take Doom up, or like, hey, you get a Aegon, yep, you're gonna take Aegon up. It's always fun when someone's like, hey, I've got Bishop, and I'm taking Bishop up because he's fun and he can do a lot of damage occasionally. Or like, I have seen people that have taken up Vulture. I've seen people that have taken up Kamala Khan. So it's fun seeing those videos from those people, not only just doing it, just so, you know, you can see that it is in fact something that you can do in the game, but then also their reasoning and their rationale behind it as well. This is like, oh, this is for prestige. Oh, this is for this one specific node, for defense or offense, or I just like the champ and I'm gonna rank them up and I don't care because they're cool. So. Cheers. And that's kind of where I'm at with Elsa. She isn't the highest prestige champ. There are better skill options for champs that I do not have yet, but I don't care. So much of this game is playing into the prestige game where I need X, Y, and Z god tier champs, right? That it just seems that just having some fun with some of the randoms or your personal favorites or whatever it is kind of gets shuffled to the wayside in favor of keeping up with the game meta. So I'm looking forward to it. Kind of bummed that I won't get a chance to play the 6-star on stream, but I'm pretty sure the 5-star is still there. Ooh. Oh, that's it. Okay. That's a solid Storm team right there. What do I want to do? She's going to default to... Oh man, that probably wasn't a good choice at all then. Because she's going to default to Ice Tempest, right? And everything's going to glance. Alright, so I just got to win the first two. And this is the throwaway fight. Oh, the other nice thing about Storm X is that people are saying that she isn't a suicide-friendly champ. And that's true. Once you're 5 or 6 fights into a quest, if you use her each time, the bleeding poison is going to add up just for the basic, you know, damage over time nonsense. But if you're able to mitigate that or run partial suicides, bring like a Nick Fury X pool or gold pool to shrug that off from the get-go, yeah, that's not really much a problem. So it'd be fun to see what kind of crazy numbers she can put up with 2 suicides on. Alright, so let's... Oh, that was dumb. She got up awfully quick there. Come on. Thank you. Vex. And because you're bleeding. Alright, so that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad at all. Taskmaster's a good choice. He's annoying to fight on defense, and he's fun to use offensively. Let's throw up Jiggly. Jiggly not. You know, I really wish that they would buff though is Taskmaster's synergy with Hawkeye. Because Taskmaster has a fantastic unique synergy with Hawkeye, which allows Hawkeye to get his massive bleed multiple times as opposed to just once per fight. The problem though is that Hawkeye is Hawkeye, and his attack rating is dirt. His crit rating is not great. So even though you can get these huge bleeds repeatedly, because his attack is so low, it doesn't really matter. You can still out-bleed that damage with any of the other modern champs like Fury or Ronin or Squirrel Girl or plethora of others. Which is a real shame, because that could be fun. That also kind of leads into another video that isn't going to be out for a good while, because it's going to be one of those that actually take a bit of time to shoot and edit and compile. But that specific synergy leads into something else that I want to talk about the game. I don't know, but based off of, at least off the top of my head, I know that the new White Widow has a synergy with Hawkeye and Ronin, which is kind of like a Nick Fury-esque synergy, where it's like, okay, if you got two of them on a team together, that's cool. You get a bit of a boost, but you only get a bigger boost if one of them's dead, which is dumb. Because I think that's the first synergy that Ronin's a part of outside of his base kit. And Ronin needs some more synergies. He's a really good champ, but he's lacking that little bit extra oomph to make him amazing. It's just that nobody else synergizes with him naturally. So I was kind of hoping that when White Widow came out that she would, and she does. It's just not as exciting as I think it could have been. What a shame. Goodness. Yes. Yeah, based off of the trailers at least. Whether they wind up throwing like a double blind or something at us later on, I don't know. But yeah, based off of the trailers, it looks that way. I don't think we're getting a new Taskmaster though. Could have been nice, would have been nice, but I don't think so. So now White Widow's got a synergy with Guardian. She's got one with Ronin Hawkeye. I don't know if Aunt May is updated yet with the Champion Spotlights that came out a couple days ago, but I will check as soon as I beat this Venom. Cool, there's that. Bring this up, bring this up. Get that going. Okay, so those are not up yet. Let's see if I can bring it up on the webpage. First, I just gotta punch Johnny in this smug face. Okay, there's that. Stupid. There's that, and there's that, and this. Okay, so White Widow. White Widow synergies. She is getting attack boost with Hulk and Hulk Rags, crit damage boost with Psylocke, Gamora, and Elektra. She's got unique synergies with OG Cap, OG Iron Man, Falcon, and OG Black Panther. She does have one with Taskmaster. So for Taskmaster, each time he exploits a weakness, Taskmaster has a 30% chance to inflict a sabotage debuff for 10 seconds, which reduces defensive ability accuracy by 20% and deals 10% of attack as direct damage each time an ability fails to trigger. So that's interesting. That could be annoying. Doesn't make him anywhere near OP, but that's good. I don't think he should be. I guess I'll do this. Maybe one of these days I'll take a deeper dive into White Widow and Guardian. Kind of just extrapolate a little bit more from their synergy kit to see who else you could bring to the party. Kind of flesh out a team. See if they can fit on an existing team, or if on paper at least they're good enough to create their own. Usually not, but sometimes they are. I need to wake up. This ain't good. Cheers. But yeah, otherwise, all of that starts up. Patch should be out Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. That's my guess. Probably. No, what's the. Probably Wednesday for that gold pool event. On Tuesday, so it's already on everyone's device come Wednesday when that Mercs for Gold event starts. But yeah, but then that's when, you know, the new monthly quest starts. That's when the champions are added to the game. You can actually start fighting with them, see how they are, if they live up to the hype, especially Guardian, and go from there. We've been needing a new science champ, and it's nice to have one that isn't directly tied to the Fantastic Four. Not because that's bad, just because it's nice to have something different. Let's make life a little bit easier on myself. That looks good. I know for me, I'm going to be going for a 4-star version of both of them at the minimum. Depends what the Marvel Insider reward is going to be. If you can get a 2-star version of one of them or a 3-star version of one of them, that would be nice to. That'd be nice to have just to play around with. Is Beardo, Unawakened Beardo, worth taking up? Yes, he is worth rank 4 if he's a 5-star. He is arguably worth the rank 2 Unawakened as a 6-star. So yeah, I definitely would. He's arguably worth taking up to a rank 5 as a 5-star. Just with the assumption that you're eventually going to dupe him, and once you do dupe him, you just pour as many stones into him as you can. His abilities don't trigger 100% of the time until he's maxed out. So that definitely is the goal. But he's a real solid champ, unawakened by himself. He just gets a heap ton better. Yep. Probably rank 4 to start, and then depending on your rank up options to take up to rank 5, he probably wouldn't be at the top of the list. Again, just depending on who else you have, but yeah, for sure. Beardo's amazing. He's a great champ by himself. He's a better champ awakened, and he synergizes with practically everyone, which arguably is one of his best features, aside from just the unique useful kit, damage, so on and so forth. But yeah, congrats on pulling him. I think that's an interesting thing about this game is that it's almost more exciting. Well, actually, I'm going to say it's 100% more exciting and useful pulling a champ in the first place as opposed to awakening them. Because that's like 3/4 of the battle right there, is just getting them in the first place. Because, you know, there's always awakening stones as rewards for larger content, in addition to, you know, paid options, but you can't do any of that if you don't have whoever it is in the first place, so. Okay. Oh, that's right. Let's do that. Just add on a little bit of bleed, add on some more bleed, add on some more bleed, and some more bleed, and some more bleed, and some more bleed, and some more bleed. Flare's just so much fun. Rip. He's a good arena fodder champ. He is. He is. So glass half full, look at it that way. You got a good arena grinding champ right there. Get you some extra points. Cap is starting to make a wee bit of a comeback too, to be a synergy meal, which is nice. So at least he has a place somewhere, as opposed to, oh yeah, this old champ from when the game first came out is still largely unchanged in the last 5 years. It does make you think how far the game has come though in the last 5 years, because you had OG Cap and then World War II came out, and we were all just like, whoa, dude, this guy's so much better than OG Cap. He can cause bleed on special too, and his perfect block chance is a little bit higher, just because that's when the perfect block synergy was still a thing. And we're all just like, whoa, this guy's OP. Which again just makes it so interesting so many years later, just seeing how they're still in the game, having not a whole lot of attention given to them. And it's just like, oh, yeah, that's right. But here we go. We are at the end of the rank 5 5-stars, so that's excellent. Let's do that, and let's do that. That is a heck of a streak you've got going there. It's a streak of arena point champions, I guess. But look on the flip side of that too. You know, aside from just having extra people to put up points in arena, you know, your natural luck in this game sort of ebbs and flows. So kind of an one mindset right there, or one subset of openings, and it's gonna swing back the other way. Wind up pulling a little bit more modern champions, I'll say, out of there. Cheers. Yeah. Hopefully there isn't anything in your overflow that you're working up against the clock for. That way you can take your time a little bit more and save all that stuff for somebody you're super excited to take up. Sparky's a good option. Sparky's been a lot of fun to play too. I just recently took mine up to rank 5, having had mine at rank 4 for ages. And it's fun. It's still fun playing Sparky. That having been said, though, I'd be interested to see how he holds up in modern questing, especially since he's so squishy. You know, if he's still as good an option just because he can hit and he can power drain, or if people are just kind of annoyed with the whole thing now because since he doesn't have a persistent charge, you gotta wind up building up all those dex charges fight after fight after fight. And unfortunately, I don't think Sparky's going to be one of the champs that get a 6-star treatment. I hope he is. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope they just ignore that whole bit like they've done with the 4 stars and just shift everyone over eventually to be a 6. Because the fact that we hadn't had so many 4 stars as 5s or 6s until somewhat recently is kind of ridiculous. Okay, so we got Killmonger here to just break some armor and throw him in the bin. Awesome. Excellent. Alrighty, guys. I'm probably gonna tap out here for the evening. Right now I'm sitting at about 14.5 million. I'm going to be putting up another 1.5 million here tomorrow before the arena ends. This is the last live stream of this arena before it ends. I'm hoping to be able to do another stream tomorrow night with the Sunday Crystal Arena. I want to say a big thank you to those of you who have been watching live here. It's been a lot of fun having you here, getting a gab, getting a hangout here for the last couple and a half hours. For those of you who are watching at some far off distant point on the YouTubes, thanks for checking us out and hanging out as well. Really appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, if you're interested in the videos I've put out, if I could ask you kindly to like and subscribe to the channel. Still fairly new, and each and every bit helps me out immensely, and I very much appreciate that. But everybody, until next time, take care, talk soon, stay safe, and be well, everyone. Bye for now.